Hi everyone, my name is Dorcas Akintade. You are welcome to the Power Hub. Mahatma Gandhi said, it's the action, not the fruit of the action that is important. You have to do the right thing. It may not be in your power, may not be your time, but there will be the fruit. That does not mean you should stop doing the right thing. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you had to go through several phases of an interview, or simply going through one phase and speaking to the hiring manager only to get that dread email? Thank you for interviewing with us, but we decided to go with another candidate. Getting several of those will not only crush your spirit, it will kill your zeal. This is hiring season. For those that don't know, August to usually October is hiring season because most companies end their fiscal year between November and December. So they are either hiring towards the new year or they are planning for the year. I want us to look at the mistakes that you may be making that is stopping you from landing the job. Mistake number one. It may be because your search is not targeted. One of the biggest mistakes that so many people make is going all over the place when it comes to their job search. They are not targeted on how or what they want. I want you to do what is called a streamline. Streamline your goals for the kind of organizations that you want to work with. Streamline your roles. What kind of job roles are you looking for? What kind of organization are you looking at? Are you looking at organizations that are small companies, big companies? What industry are you looking at? Those are some of the things I want you to be very specific about. Don't just go all over the place when it comes to your job search. You need your job search to be targeted. Know what you want and how you need it to be done. Mistake number two. Late responses to job applications. One of the advice I'm going to give to you is that immediately you see a job posting, within 24 hours of that job being posted, do put in your application. This is one mistake that so many people make, waiting till last minute to actually apply for the role or for the job. Don't do that. By doing that, so many people have sent in their applications and they may not be able to attend to other applications that come in after they've gotten the required number of applicants that they need to work with. Number three, when your resume is not ATS formatted. So many people have a problem with formatting in their resumes. The first thing I want you to understand is that we are in the age of automation and AI. Everything that is done right now is automated. Even recruiting is now automated. To this end, we have what is called the applicant tracking system. A recruiter only has 6 seconds to go through your resume. So what you need to understand is that if your resume is not well formatted to actually pass through the ATS system, it will not even get to the recruiter. The other part is the fact that don't use what is called fancy fonts, don't use unnecessary formats and tables, because they will not pass through the ATS. ATS has a particular formatting. Some of the fonts I would suggest that you use if you want your resume to be formatted ATS style: Times Romance, Arial, ARIAL, and Calibri. Those are the 3 fonts I will tell you or advise you to actually use. I won't be teaching you about ATS formatting today. Go research that, but ensure that your resume is able to pass through the ATS and is able to get through to the recruiter. Also, make the life of the recruiter easy. A recruiter only has 6 seconds to go through your resume. They don't have time to go through things that are not specific. So be concise, be precise, and go straight to the point. Number 4, when you are not operating at the level of mastery, those are some of the things that can affect your job search. Nobody wants to work with somebody, or I wouldn't want to use the word applicant. Nobody wants to work with a candidate that they still need to teach A to Z. So at your level, especially for those of us that are in tech, learn to work at the level of mastery. I'm going to put a link in this video on Supercharge Your Careers so you can understand and get a better understanding of what I am saying. Number 5, when you're not leveraging on your connections. One of the biggest mistakes that we make in this day is not understanding the fact that organizations are no longer putting out applications or vacancies on job boards. Now, they actually rely on their staff and the people they know to introduce, or let me use the word, connect them with other staff that are knowledgeable and know what they are doing. So I will advise you, leverage on your network. Talk to people on LinkedIn. Talk to those of your friends that you know are also in the tech industry and already have a job. There may be somebody that is recruited in their organization. Then mistake number 6, when you are not prepared for the interview. I had an incident this week and it was really funny when I was talking to one of my clients, and she told me that the recruiter actually asked her, the person that interviewed her asked her, how did you prepare for this interview? A lot of interviewers know that interviewees do not prepare for the interview. They just come to that place without thinking about how they are supposed to respond to the questions, how they are supposed to think and reason and behave at the interview, because they don't even know the people they are going to be meeting with or what the organization is about. If you want to be successful at an interview, I will advise you. Organizations have websites these days. Go to their websites. Know what their mission is. Know what their value statements are. Know what their purpose is. You need to understand what that organization is about. You need to understand what your job role is about. Take a good look at the job description and how it relates to the organization that you want to work with. If possible, if you have the names of the people that are going to be interviewing you, go to LinkedIn and go and research who those people are so that you can understand how you are supposed to relate with them. Another thing I have come to understand is that when it comes to interviews, it's not about how you talk. It's not just about how you relate. It's about the attitude. You cannot understand what attitude or what personality to bring forward if you do not have a good understanding of what that organization is about. Now, number 7, attitude. One of the biggest things I have understand that eliminates people when it comes to them being able to land the job is their attitude. So many people are not emotionally intelligent. There are interviews these days that they will not ask you questions directly, especially when it is a team. They will be talking amongst themselves and expect you to contribute to that discussion smartly, wisely, knowledgeably as a part of the team. Unfortunately, so many people cannot even fit in because they are not emotionally intelligent. Number 2, when it comes to attitude, I need you to understand how you respond to the interviewer. You need to be very careful with the way you respond to the interviewer. You need to be communicating at the level of mastery. When interviewers are talking to you, when a recruiter is talking to you, they are actually gauging where you are on your level of learning. Are you at the level of mastery, or you are at what is called the level of application? Nobody wants to work with somebody they think is not smart these days. So they are trying to gauge what level you are and see how teachable or how coachable, how trainable you are, how quick you pick up on situations. Then another thing about attitude, do not be what my people will call an oversabi. Some people, especially when they are even the managers or your team leads, you may be more knowledgeable than they are, but they do not want to employ people that know much more than they do, or people that will not listen to them, or people that they feel are going to be a bone or a problem on their backs. So be careful of how you show yourself. Then the next one, I need you to send a thank you note. That is just simple courtesy. If it is an in-person interview, Once you finish that interview and you get out, take the pain to write a note, a simple note, appreciating the interviewers for their time. Give it to the receptionist and tell, or whoever is at the reception area, and ask the person to give it to the particular person that you have just interviewed with. I beg of you, don't make a mistake in pronouncing their names, nor should you make a mistake in spelling out their names. Another thing I want you to do, especially when it comes to virtual interviews, send a thank you note as well. But you can do that either through the recruitment agency that is bringing you in, or you have a direct relationship, especially if you can locate that person on LinkedIn. Another thing I want you to do is follow up. Please, when I say follow up, I am asking you to follow up and not being a stalker. Follow up professionally and be respectable. Follow up to find out what is going on with the interview. If you are respectful, if you are professional, when you come at a level of mastery, the recruiters will respond to you not only professionally, but at the best level that you will appreciate. I beg of you, please don't be a stalker. If you send a message to somebody one time, don't have to send a message a second time except the person is asking for it. Understanding and addressing all these 7 mistakes can significantly improve your chances of landing that dream job. A job search is not only about showcasing your skills and your experience, but also about demonstrating your willingness to learn, your team spirit, as well as your commitment. Stay persistent, stay positive, and focus on your goals. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.